I'm Staff Sergeant Chad Usher. The Pentagon says they will continue to take direct action against the terror group ISIL if they threaten U.S. personnel or facilities. Early this morning, the U.S. military conducted airstrikes against ISIL in Iraq. ISIL had made significant advances in the region over the past few days and were closing in on the city of Erbil, where U.S. personnel are working. The 500-pound laser-guided bombs targeted ISIL's mobile weaponry.
The artillery position that was maintained by ISIL that was struck by the American military early this morning East Coast time was focused on targets that were defending Erbil. And that is why that military strike was authorized, and that is why it occurred. So the protection of American personnel in Iraq is a top priority.
The Pentagon also conducted a humanitarian drop of thousands of gallons of fresh water and meals ready to eat to refugees fleeing ISIL's rampage. That's your DoD News Update. I'm Staff Sergeant Chad Usher.
Good afternoon. The Pentagon continues to monitor ISIL advances in Iraq. Earlier today, the U.S. conducted airstrikes on ISIL artillery targets the terror group was using to battle Kurds defending Erbil. That's where about 150 U.S. personnel are located. Senior administration officials also confirmed a series of humanitarian airdrops near Sinjar. A C-17 and two C-130 aircraft dropped 5,300 gallons of drinking water and 8,000 meals ready to eat. In recent days, ISIL has made rapid advances, causing a harrowing humanitarian crisis as civilians became targets. Many have fled their homes and are in need of supplies. A senior White House official described ISIL as being so ruthless, quite literally putting people's heads on spikes as a sign, the fate of anyone that would resist them. The White House saying it's preventing a genocide. The Pentagon says it'll continue to protect Americans and U.S. facilities from ISIL advances. That's your DoD News Update.
Good afternoon. I'm Staff Sergeant Chad Usher. As we've been reporting all morning, the U.S. has dropped 500-pound laser-guided bombs on ISIL targets in Iraq. The commander-in-chief authorized the action last night. The strikes are, according to Pentagon spokesman Rear Admiral John Kirby, an effort to safeguard U.S. personnel in Erbil. You'll recall the U.S. sent in teams of DoD analysts to ascertain information about Iraq's ability to defend against the terror group on its own. Specifically, Kirby says two FA-18 aircraft dropped 500-pound laser-guided bombs on a mobile artillery piece near Erbil. ISIL was using this artillery to shell Kurdish forces defending Erbil, where U.S. personnel are located. The decision to strike came from U.S. Central Command after the President's authorization. The Commander-in-Chief has made clear the U.S. will continue to take direct action against ISIL when U.S. personnel or facilities are threatened. More information when we have it. That's your DoD News Update.